everyone, my name is Calvin Uy. For today's episode, we're going to be discussing quotes that I printed out 2-3 years ago for a motivational wall that I did in my workspace, like a home office. And ever since growing up, I was very fascinated with quotes and wisdom. And one of my favorite books in the Bible is Proverbs. As a kid, I remember Proverbs was the bomb. I don't know, Proverbs spoke to me. Some of my interests, I like, philosophy. I like stoicism. I gravitate towards those ideas, towards those books. And the reason I'm doing this video is hopefully someone can get motivated, or especially nowadays, I feel like we need some motivation. And so yeah, we're just gonna discuss them. Let's just go through them. So we're just gonna shuffle it up. Alright, so we get this. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't. Alright, so that's from my homie Mark Twain. So I printed this out because, 3 years ago, fresh from college, graduate, and I got into books. I was never much of a reader growing up. I hated reading, for school. After college, after graduating, reading, read self-help books, self-improvement. I just really find it important to read. Successful people, by statistics, they read books, so can't go wrong with reading. Anything or everything that you want to learn about or know about, it's probably written in a book by someone, in another time, in another place, and some translation. So it's good to read a book. And also, even vlogs, how I see it is people who tell their story, more personal stuff. What I'm trying to do is, these are modern day books. It's basically just telling a story, autobiography. 100 years from now, vlogging and video, it's gonna be the books. You're gonna be watching this and gonna be learning directly from the person. How the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So a video, a story. So anyways, let's move on. I feel like I've taken too much time with that one. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's just something to keep me going forward. Whatever you're doing in life is just to keep going. Don't really have to explain so much. Alright, for next one, you will never always be motivated. You have to learn to be disciplined. Alright, so that's from Gymaholic. I have waves of motivation. I think anyone does. You're motivated to get in shape. You're motivated to start a new project. You're motivated to, do whatever your heart's desire. But a few days, a week after, it's the motivation dissipates, it goes away, and that's where discipline kicks in. Discipline is something that I think it's something you have to master every day for the rest of your life, and it applies to a lot of aspects in life. It's discipline in eating, discipline in work, going to sleep, time management, and everything. So yeah, basically if motivation fails you, it's discipline that picks up the slack. Alright, next. The winners are those who learn to take full responsibility for their actions. The losers are those who blame others for their failures. Alright, so basically, I think this is also a very powerful quote that I've learned to admire, is taking responsibility for your own actions. So basically what that means for me is how I saw it is, it's easy to blame other people. It's easy to blame, especially in today's climate, it's easy to blame the government or your parents or friends or whatever, the people around you, the environment or why you feel a certain way. And if you're unhappy about something, you yourself is responsible for a lot of things that happens in your life. And that's it. Be responsible for your own happiness. Be responsible for your own trajectory in life. Next one, if you can't stop thinking about it, don't stop working for it. Alright, so I think around this time, I'm a freelance person at that time. Being a YouTuber, being a creative, it's not as easy as, it's not easy, but it's always been in the back of my mind. It's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. It's just sharing your story, sharing about it. So if you can't stop thinking about it, don't stop working for it. Every day, just keep the momentum going forward. We have a lot more, so let's wrap it. Let's go. Faith moves mountains. So that's from Matthew 17:20. Just have faith in whatever you do. Faith in God. That, especially for me, it's people will fail you, life will fail you. But as for me, I draw strength from my faith. You can do everything you want in life if you believe. Believe in your dreams. Believe in what you have in your mind. Believe what you have in your heart. So next is fancy, know your worth. So I guess this is more like freelance life, you know, like charging for clients. It's just know your worth, it's don't undersell yourself and all that stuff. So just, what's this? Make it fun. Again, I think that's the freelance life, is just working at home. You have to make it fun, you know, you have to change things up once in a while. Next one. Alright, this one is carpe that fucking diem. So carpe, you know, carpe diem is seize the day. It's just a little more in your face way of saying it. The old school of YOLO, that's the OG meaning of YOLO. You only live once. Alright, next one is we don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest. And that's Warren Buffett. And so basically discipline is a very important part. At that time, I think that's something that I've been working on, struggling on, and still do. You know, like I said, discipline is something you build on every single day. Just be disciplined than the rest. Alright, next one is it's not the length of life, but the depth of life. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I like the design. Shadows is pretty cool. You know, nice typography. And that's from Ralph Emerson. And it's not the length of life, but the depth of life. So in other words, it's not how long you live, it's what you do with life. You know, it's the experiences. You know, you can live a long and boring life. One of my favorites, just did a video on this, is pain is inevitable. You either suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is the pain of discipline is temporary, while that regret is permanent. So again, this is one of my favorites because it has to do with discipline. You know, I feel like in life, a lot of success or a lot of things, if you want to achieve something, discipline is probably the number one, maybe. It's definitely a trifecta of probably discipline, you know, having vision and dreams and goals, and I don't know, we'll figure that out later. But it's just a longer and more fancy way of saying regrets are permanent. You know, you don't want to be in your old age or whatever you are in life and regretting some actions you didn't take or you didn't do. Next one is the distance between your dreams and reality is called action. Alright, so it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you can dream all day. If you don't put in action, if you don't work, nothing will happen to that dream. Like I said, you know, it's like a fresh grad, fresh college. You know, you have to dream. You know, I'm still dreaming every day. Like what the shirts say. I could probably, you know, step up the action a little bit, but we'll get there. Alright, so next one. Go the extra mile. It's never crowded. So it's just a nicer way of saying, you know, once you're successful, it's just doing the extra hard work. And if you do hard work, it's not everyone wants to work hard, you know. Other people are lazy. I'm lazy. Like I still consider myself like a lazy bum. You know, like there's so many things that I want to do, but I never do it. You know, push harder if you want to achieve something. You know, go the extra mile because there's going to be less people there. Less people are willing to push themselves. Getting comfortable in the uncomfortable, or yeah, I think you're getting comfortable in the uncomfortable. There's a lot of sayings. You know, I like quotes, like a saying. Anyways, let's move to the next one. Stay patient and trust your journey. Again, that's pretty self-explanatory. So, be patient. I think that's one big thing that I've been learning a lot with my job, which is I'm going to be discussing in a different video of what I've learned as a caregiver. So I'm going to link it somewhere over here and how that taught me a lot of patience in life. Anyways, next one. So seek his will in all you do and he will show you which path to take. Proverbs 3:6. And you know, it's just really going back to, I guess, seeking God's will. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and you know, I always have to confirm or I have to pray, just to pray on it. You know, like, Lord, this is your will. If it is, you know, show me which path to take. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, moving on to the next one. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. Alright, so I think this is a very good one, like a very powerful one. A lot of things that hold us back in life is fear, you know, fear of failure, fear of getting rejected, fear of trying, fear of failing. Did I say that? That's fear, you know? Like fear of judgment from others, like fear of people's opinions, fear of disappointing your parents, your friends, your family, people who knows you. I think this is something that, you know, I have to be reminded every day. I remember was separate, you know, I put this in a mirror. It's something that I struggle with a lot. You know, like growing up, I wasn't the most confident person. You know, I have a lot of insecurities, still do. You know, still have a lot of fears. But, you know, every day you try to overcome it. Because as humans, I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to overcome adversities and, you know, have that desire, have that dream and that vision and whatever you want to achieve in life, that the fears don't really matter. If you've looked at successful people, if you observe them, it's just like, you know, you're gonna fail so many times in life anyways. It's like fail, you're gonna learn in failure and all that stuff. Also fear, how they overcome fear. It's like, I forgot who said this, but like, you know, your life's greatest excitement or desires is in the opposite side of fear. Because there's a lot of fears that's just in our mind, it's all in our head, and it's projection. Our fears as a person are in our head, and I believe that if you work on your mind of how you think, if you continue to pray, if you continue to be good, you know, we can overcome. It's gonna be irrelevant. You know, I never thought I'd be doing this. And also, even this, you know, my vision, this is something I probably wanted to do in the past 3 years since I wanted to YouTube, is to motivate or to just share this quote. But I'm always shy. I've never want to come across as like someone bragging or all-knowing and all that stuff. I don't like that, being that person. And I think that kind of goes against with what I want to do. So I guess, you know, my fear is, I guess, overall, it's the fear of judgment from others, for other people, from you guys, from people viewing. All right, let's move on to the next one. Art is the only way to run away without leaving home. You know, it's a way of escape. It's a way of visualizing. I'm sure like better artists can relate this better than I can. It's a way to put your mind in the canvas. You know, it's a way to put what you're thinking in a painting. You know, it's your emotions. It's a form of self-expression, basically. And that's very important. Next one, you are your only limit. A lot of our limits, it's made in our mind, and a lot of it stems from childhood traumas, your environment, if you have a supportive environment or if you have a destructive environment. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the voice inside of your head. It's going to be your say. If you believe that you can't do something, then, you know, you can't do it. But if you start to believe that you can do a certain action, a certain something, then you're gonna figure out ways. Because our mind is amazing. You know, we come up with solutions to life. We come up with solutions to problems. So expand your thinking, you know, expand your beliefs. Really think about it. Everything that you're seeing, everything that you're holding, that you could physically touch, that's man-made. You know, it all started as an idea in someone's mind, in someone's boredom, it's in someone's creativity. It all starts somewhere. So, you know, we really have a powerful tool. We have 3 left. Next one. God is light. In Him, there is no darkness at all. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, God is light. You know, it's something just positive to remind myself when everything is falling apart, is to look at the light, be a light to other people. Next one, you can if you think you can. So it just goes also, which like you are your only limit. It's you can if you think you can. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really have to explain that. I guess that's one of the things I've also fixed on myself is my way of thinking. You know, you want to accomplish a lot in life and a lot of things. Like I said, it's you against you. And like how I observed our environment plays a big factor of how we grow up, of how our way of thinking and all of that. So make sure to take some time to maybe look back in your past, your environment, and how that might have shaped you right now. It's done in the past, yes. It might be easier for others, harder for some. You know, we all have different life experiences, but as for me, that's how I see it. Your past is the past. Yeah, it's shaped you who you are now, but you can always use that to propel you to better things, you know, if you understand yourself. If you're willing to like dig deep, be honest with yourself. Yeah, I guess honesty, authenticity with yourself is very important. And last one that I have right now is you don't get into something to test the waters, you go into something to make waves. So this goes back to like YouTube, just to motivate myself. It's basically just to give your best in everything. If in your interests, in your desires, in your hobbies, in your work, in your career, in your love life, you know, if you're gonna do something, yeah, it's good to try, but if you're gonna do something, you know, might as well do your best at it. So these are just some of the things that I printed out. I still have more on the wall. Maybe should I get them? And yeah, why not? Alright, so I just checked the wall. There's actually still quite a few in there. So I think if you guys like this video, I'm just gonna make a part 2 for that, because I think this video is a little bit long already. And yeah, that's it. You know, hopefully you guys picked up or learned something from this video. Printing out quotes and motivations and displaying them in your office, in your workspace, is a great way of being reminded of things that speaks to you. It could be your own personal quote, your saying, your mantra. Alright, so if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also to follow me on Instagram, because I post a lot of micro contents. Like, you're probably gonna see this video chopped up in my Instagram. And also, what's your favorite quote, I guess? Comment it down below if any of these quotes resonates with you. Let me know which one. And if you guys have any ideas of what you guys want me to discuss or what you guys want me to talk about, feel free to comment them or DM me on Instagram, because I need ideas, you know. This is something that I want to do. As much as I love camera stuff and camera talk and camera gears, I also love talking about my personal experience and my personal growth, because I think we could all use personal stories, you know, using social media to promote positivity, something that inspires us, something that moves us, because we could all use positive stories, especially now, you know, given the world scenario, given the world situation. So if you guys know me in personal life, I hope you guys pick something up in this. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out and God bless, guys. Much love. Woo! Alright, let's do this, yo. Let's do this, Tatang. Excuse me po. Parang news. Ganito pala pakiramdam ng mga newscaster. Alright, let's do this. Hello everyone. Hey! Konting kilig ulit, konting kilig. Tagal na di nag-YouTube. Alright.